Before we start studying the permutation, let's first revise the previous day's work. Permutation means I have told you arrangement, and before we study about the permutation or the arrangement, first we should learn the fundamental principle of counting. Okay, in which we have studied that there are two principles of counting. The first being fundamental principle of addition, that is, if there are m objects of one type and n objects of other type, the number of ways of selecting any one object either from first type or from second type. So look at this. Or is the symbol of principle of addition, and whenever there is or, we have to add these two. For example, if there are 3 girls and 2 boys in a group, and we have to select one student, either a girl or a boy, means or is the symbol for this. So we will add these two. That is, total number of ways will be 3 plus 2, that is 5. Is that clear to everyone? And similarly, if we have to select one girl and one boy, we have to select what? One boy and one girl. There will be and as the symbol of this. So we will use the principle of multiplication. This we have studied in previous session. Look at this. If there are m objects of one type, n objects of the other type, the number of ways of selecting any one object from first type and one object from second type is given by m into n. So in the same example, if we want to select one girl and one boy, so there are 6 options for us. Girl 1 with boy 1, girl 1 with boy 2, girl 2 with boy 1, girl 2 with boy 2, or girl 3 with boy 1, or girl 3 with boy 2. Is that clear to you? So that in all there will be 3 into 2, 6, which is the principle of multiplication. So let's now discuss the meaning of permutation. Okay, everyone? Permutation means, I have told you, permutation means what? Permutation means arrangement. Okay. So arranging the data. Like if you want to arrange this A, B, C, D, E, or look at the arrangement. So if we first arrange only 3 letters, A, B, C, how to arrange them? How many arrangements are possible? A, B, C is the first arrangement, and second is A, C, B. They are different. Okay. Can you tell the third?
B, A, C.
B, A, C. Next.
Sir, B, C, A.
Next.
Sir, C, A, B.
Next.
Sir, C, B, A.
Next. There is no next arrangement.
Yes, sir.
Only 6 arrangements are there. Okay. So this is what permutation means. We have permuted A, B, C. We have permutated A, B, C. And there are 6 ways of permuting them. If we are using 5 letters A, B, C, D, E and want to permute them, how many ways are there? This is what we have to study in this chapter, permutation. If we take these 5 letters A, B, C, D, E, and we want to take any 3 of them to arrange, how to arrange them? How many methods will be there? As there will be several methods, 60 methods in all. And how to calculate these numbers? We have not to write all the arrangements, but we have to study about the number of ways in which we can permute this. Okay. Now, if there are 5 letters A, B, C, D, E, So look at this. I am writing the question. Write in your notebook as an example. Number of ways of arranging three letters from A, B, C, D. Means from 5 letters A, B, C, D. How to find? If the question is find the number of ways of arranging 3 letters from A, B, C, D. How to find this? So first we draw 3 places. We have to arrange 3 letters in these 3 places. Is that clear to everyone? Write this as first place, this as second place, and this as third place. Okay. And we will solve it using the first the principle of counting. Okay. Then we will use the principle of permutation also. So before we solve it using the principle of permutation, first we will use the principle of counting. There are 5 letters. How many choices are there to fill first place? Can you tell? We will write the statement number of ways of placing one alphabet in first place. How many methods will be there? Can you tell?
So 3.
Why 3? We have 5 methods. Either we can place A,
5.
or we can place B, or we can place C, or we can place D, or we can place E. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Now we will fill the letter in second place. How many number of ways of placing second alphabet in second place? Can you tell now?
So 4.
So 4.
Okay. Now, can you tell how many number of ways of placing third alphabet in third place? Can you tell? But when you have answered, you have not noticed that I have not given you any restriction. We can use the same letter again. So there are actually 5 methods. Is that clear to you? For the second place, and 5 methods for the third place also. So the total number of ways, how many total number of ways will be there? As we have to complete first and second and third place all at once. And means we will use principle of multiplication. So it will be 125. Is that clear to everyone? Clear to everyone? Now, if you have understood, number of ways of arranging 3 letters from A, B, C, D, when there is no restriction is 5 cube. Okay. So if we, using the same concept, if we form a formula now, number of ways, are you all there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Number
sir.
of ways of arranging R letters or R objects from n different objects. Okay. R objects from n different objects, such that this R is either less than or equal to n. Means number of objects which we have to arrange is less than the number of objects which we have. Like in this question, we have 5 objects A, B, C, D, A, and we have to arrange only 3 objects. Is that clear to everyone? Means we can take any 3 A, B, C and then we will arrange them. So there will be 6 methods. Then we can take B, C, D and we will arrange them in 6 methods. Then we can take C, D and we can arrange them in 6 methods. Is that clear to everyone? So ultimately what will be the number? So it will be actually R n to the power R. Is that clear to you? If there is no restriction. Understood? Number of ways of arranging R objects from n objects. If there is no restriction. Okay. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's discuss this example in another way. If we have to arrange the same, find the number of ways of arranging 3 letters from 5 letters A, B, C, D, E if repetition is not allowed. Means one digit is written only once. Okay. So the method is same, which you have discussed by mistake. First we write number of ways of arranging first place. How many number of ways of arranging first place?
5.
5. Now repetition is not allowed. So number of ways of arranging second place. As we already have used 1 letter, so we will not use that. So only 4 will be there. And then number of ways of arranging the third place is equal to 3. Understood? So the total number of ways will be 5 into 4 into 3, that is 60. In previous, there were 125 arrangements. And in this, there are only 60 arrangements. The 65 arrangements are extra, in which there is at least one number repeated. Okay? Or all the 3 are repeated, like A, B, B, C, C, C. Okay? So 60 are such that they have all different numbers. Okay? Now, how do you form a formula? Now we will discuss how to create a formula using this concept. So we write if no digit is no digit or no object. We are not discussing the digit only. We are discussing alphabets, digits, letters, or persons, etc. Everything. So we are combining them as object. Okay. No object is repeated. The number of ways of arranging R objects out of how many objects? N objects. So look at this. First we will write N objects, like we have used 5. And then what will be the choice for the second place? Can you tell? the choice for the second place?
N minus 1.
Sir, n minus 1.
Yes. For the third place?
Sir,
N
n
minus
minus
2.
2.
Can you tell the choice for the 10th place?
N minus
10th place.
7.
N minus
9.
9.
9. Is it correct, everyone? Any
Yes, sir.
And can you tell the choice for the last means rth place? We have R objects, na? So can you tell the choice for the rth place? For first place,
Sir,
we
n minus r minus 1.
N minus.
R minus 1.
Very good. Okay. So how many choices are there with us? N into N minus 1 into N minus 2 till N minus R plus 1. Okay. Now we know that. What is the value of factorial n? Can you tell the value of factorial n? It is n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on up to what? 3 into 2 into 1. Is that clear to everyone? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We know that factorial n equals to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. So how to bring this in our calculation? So if you want to use factorial n, subtract 1 from this n minus r plus 1, it will be n minus r. The next is n minus r minus 1 and so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. Is that clear to you? If we multiply something to make it factorial n, we have to divide by the same also. Understood? N minus r into n minus r minus 1 and so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. Now, can you tell the meaning of this numerator? This n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 till 3 into 2 into 1. Is it not factorial n?
Yes, sir.
And denominator?
Yes, sir.
N minus r minus 1
N
by 1 3 into 2 into 1. So it is what?
the factorial of n minus r.
Okay, factorial of n minus r. So remember, if no object is repeated, the number of ways of arranging r objects out of n objects is n into n minus r. This is also stated as permutation of r objects out of n objects. Okay, this is also stated as what? Arrangement with permutation. So we can say permutation of r objects out of n objects equals to factorial n upon factorial n minus r. Okay, so the symbol for this is given by NPR. Okay, so formula NPR means permutation of r objects out of n objects is noted by what? NPR. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Capital P.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
NPR means factorial n upon factorial n minus r. This is the permutation of r objects out of n objects. Understood, everyone? If no object is repeated, the number of ways of arranging r objects out of n objects is given by NPR, which is equal to factorial n upon factorial n minus r. So using this method, One thing which we have to remember that factorial 0 is always 1. है ना? Factorial 1 is also 1. And remember, whenever there is factorial NPN means number of ways of selecting, number of ways of arranging, not selecting. Number of ways of arranging n objects out of n objects will be factorial n upon factorial n minus n, that is factorial n upon factorial 0. So it will be always factorial n. So if any time we have to arrange 5 objects out of 5 objects, we will use factorial 5 directly, that is 120. Is that clear, everyone? Now let's now discuss some questions related to this topic, permutation. And remember, sometimes this permutation NPR is also written as PNR. Formula will be same, that is factorial n upon factorial n minus r. For example, if we have to find P 4, 3, it will be 4P3, that is factorial 4 upon factorial 4 minus 3. Now factorial 4 is 24 upon 1, that is 24. Understood? Now if we have to find P 65, 2, that is 65 P2, it will be factorial 65 upon factorial 65 minus 2, that is factorial 65 upon factorial 63. So let's now expand it. 65 into 64 into factorial 63. As we know that after this there will be 63 to 1 product and upon factorial 63. So they will be cancelled out. So it is 65 into 64. 264 the 1044 the 4160. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There are some proving questions also which we can solve using this method. Like if we have to prove 10P3 equals to 9P3 plus 3 into 9P2. So we should start with RHS in this question actually. They are the questions of arithmetic, so they cannot be solved starting from LHS to RHS. We can compress the expanded form, but we cannot expand the compressed form in this. So 9P3 plus 3 into 9P2. Okay. So 9P3 is what? We write factorial 9 upon factorial 9 minus 3 plus 3 into factorial 9 upon factorial 9 minus 2 equals to factorial 9 upon factorial 6 plus 3 into factorial 9 upon factorial 7. Okay. Now let's check which term is common. So we observe that factorial 9 is common between them. Then write the remaining terms. 1 by factorial 6 plus. Don't use their values, otherwise it will be difficult to solve. So 3 over factorial 7. Now in the numerator, 1 and 3 are there, and in the denominator, factorial 6 and factorial 7. To make this also as factorial 7, if we multiply numerator and denominator both by 7. So it is factorial 9 into 7 by factorial 7 plus 3 by factorial 7. So in the denominator, we can take it as factorial 7. And in the numerator, it is 7 plus 3, that is 10. And 10 into factorial 9 upon factorial 7 will be factorial 10 upon factorial 7 is 10 minus 3. So we can write it as 10P3. Is that clear to everyone? Which is LHS and hence proved. Understood? Similarly, solve the other questions from your books and ask your doubts in next session. We will discuss those doubts. Okay. So let's now discuss how to use the method of permutation in word problems. Okay, like write a question in your notebook. 6 candidates are called. 6 candidates are called for an interview to fill some vacant post in an office. 6 candidates are called in an office to fill some vacant post. Assuming that each candidate is fit for each post, means anyone can become the manager or the CEO or the MD, etc. Determine the number of days in which the first part is 2 posts can be filled. Means there are 2 posts and 6 candidates. 2 posts can be filled. 2 posts, 6 candidates. So we write number of ways of arranging 2 persons in these 2 posts. Arranging 2 persons with 2 posts. Okay. And how many persons are there in all? Out of 6 candidates will be given by 6P2. Is that clear to you? So we will directly use this formula, factorial 6 upon factorial 6 minus 2. That is 6 into 5. Factorial 4 will be cancelled out. So it is 30. Is that clear to you, everyone? So there will be 30 methods. And the question is now changed. If we want to fill 3 posts, so how many methods are there by which 6 candidates can be called to fill 3 posts? Now can you tell the answer? Will it not be 6P3? Factorial 6. Write the statement always. It will help you to solve the complicated questions also, which you will not be able to solve if you don't know the